Hello, this is Sarah from St Etienne and welcome to UK Chart Attack.
Thank you, Sarah. And this is Graham Dene, and Sarah will be back with their Christmas single later on. I'm feeling a little seasonal myself this week because it's our last regular chart attack of the year, so obviously tons to squeeze in. How about the next single from the British singer, drummer, actor who sold more than 35 million albums? I reckon you know who that is. I've got the latest Bee Gees smash and the New Order. There's big news from Go West in the Naughty Bits department. Oh, and if you entered our Go West contest, you'll find out if you're a winner this week. Now, the last top 5 of the year comes later, and I'm going to start this week with the follow-up to What is Love and Life, so hold on for Haddaway.
When people first hear Etienne, UK Chart Attack.
With me, Graham Dene, in London town, kicking off the last regular show of '93 with the new Haddaway. So that's the third UK single from Haddaway, I Miss You, on UK Chart Attack. And moving from Germany, where he's based, to Iceland. Last time we heard from this next lady, she was having a hit with a song from the Harvey Keitel film, The Young Americans. Well, here's the new one from Björk. What a year for that lady, Björk, or Björk, pronounce it how you like. Apparently she prefers the Björk, and that is Big Time Sensuality. At UK Chart Attack, I'm Graham Dene, and here's a big ballad from the Bee Gees. Yeah, the latest hit from the Bee Gees on UK Chart Attack. It's called For Whom the Bell Tolls. Oh, and happy birthday to Morris and Robin Gibb. They hit 44 this coming week, and that makes them a year and a month older than Phil Collins, whose new one is coming up next, along with that St Etienne record and the Naughty Bits gossip with Sally Stratton. So just hold on a second.
Hello everybody, it's Phil Collins here. Just like to wish everybody a very, very happy Christmas and a safe, happy New Year.
Thanks, Phil. Same to you. And here's his new one on UK Chart Attack, Every Day. Well, it's called Every Day, and that is Phil Collins, and it was written in Phil's new home in Los Angeles, and it's a house that used to belong to Cole Porter, so maybe he felt the musical vibes were with him. And of course, Cole Porter is the guy who wrote the song that Elton and Kiki D were at #1 with last week. We'll see if they're still there on Chart Attack a little bit later, so keep listening. Okay, time to get out the mistletoe for a seasonal single from St Etienne. It's called I Was Born on Christmas Day. I Was Born on Christmas Day, that is St Etienne, with singer Sarah Cracknell, duetting on that with Tim Burgess from another British band, the Charlatans. Oh, and talking of duets, Sally Stratton's here, thankfully not singing, but she is the bringer of this week's news and gossip from the Naughty Bits department. Hello, Sally.
Hi there. Yes, I bring you tidings of great joy this week. First, the news that Bono's been doing a bit more solo work. He's done a song for a new film called In the Name of the Father, which stars Daniel Day-Lewis. You might remember him from My Left Foot, and Emma Thompson, massive Oscar winner. It's about the Guildford Four, who were wrongly imprisoned for an IRA bomb attack. Sinead O'Connor's also come out of hibernation to do a song from the film. In fact, Bono's co-written it for her, and it's called You Made Me the Thief of Your Heart, and that's probably going to be the first single. By the way, Sinead turned up at the High Court the other day here in London to sit in the public gallery and catch up with the George Michael versus Sony case. When she was asked why she'd gone, and she said, just for a laugh. Amazingly funny it must have been, sitting there in court.
I didn't think she ever laughed.
Well, now we know. But the guys from the KLF are up to their tricks again. They're now pulling big publicity stunts on the art world in their new identity of the K Foundation. They gave this year's winner of the very prestigious Turner Prize £40,000 for being the year's worst artist in their opinion, and they've now set themselves up as artists themselves. They're selling 8 pieces through their solicitors. One of them is called Nailed to the Wall, and it consists of £1 million in £50 notes nailed onto a bit of pine. Now, the reserve price for this is £50,000, which strikes me as a bit of a bargain, especially if the Bank of England will accept sort of holy notes. And so to Go West. Now, when they were in here the other week doing the show, they were very non-committal about their plans for '94, saying, well, we don't really look ahead that much, they were saying. Now I know why. Peter Cox has announced he's leaving, and Richard Drummie is going to sort of put together a new look Go West, a new lineup, which all means that if you win one of the signed CDs, which are up for grabs in our Go West contest, you've got yourself something of a collector's item. Peter Cox's last ever signature as Go West.
Do we know why he's leaving?
No, it's all a little bit mysterious. Maybe musical differences. Maybe he's had enough. They've released all the singles they possibly can, and they're back on their back catalogue now. Anyway, they set the contest question, what was their hit from the film Pretty Woman? Well, remember that sequence in the car at the beginning? It was King of Wishful Thinking. And the first 5 contest entries out of the hat come from, now let me just get them here.
It's a very big hat.
It's my big velvet one. It's cold over here, isn't it? Belinda Murray, who's in Sydney, Australia. Shannon Medallia, who's in Edmonton, Canada. Simon Orr in Gordon, New South Wales. Carolyn Birdsell, also in Sydney. Well, a lot of entries from Sydney we've had this time. And finally, now Keith Curry, and he doesn't come from Sydney. He's listening to UK Chart Attack on the Gulf's #1, Dubai FM 92.
Well done, you lot.
So happy Christmas, because you'll be getting something through the post. That's my lot, and the Naughty Bits department will be back in the new year.
Yeah, we've got big specials coming up over the festive period. More about that later. Okay, Sally, who's Sagat or Sagat?
I don't know.
Or Sagat?
Something to do with computer games, don't tell me.
Yeah, it's one of the characters in Street Fighter 2, and it's a bit of an unusual record, this, from this fella who's called Sagat. Sagat, whatever you want, who says he just wanted to write something simple that everyone can relate to. Well, see what you think. The song is Funk Dat. Well, just to avoid confusion, it really is Funk Dat from Sagat, on the show that guarantees not to play you the same 5 songs 15 times a day. UK Chart Attack, keeping you streets ahead. Mind you, I tell you what, we are going to squeeze 15 songs into an hour next week for Chart Attack's Christmas Countdown, which is compiled from all the top 5s of 93, including this week's, which is still to come, after the lady whose stepdad wrote Roberta Flack's huge #1, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, and also the latest single from New Order's #1 album. UK Chart Attack, #1 for the Brit Hits.
Hello, it's Stephen Morris here and
Gillian Gilbert
of New Order, and this is Spooky on UK Chart Attack.
New Order's new single, Spooky, remixed from their #1 album, Republic. Okay, it's UK Chart Attack, and next up, the lady whose stepfather was a folk singer, and he wrote The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, lovely song, which became an enormous hit for Roberta Flack. His name was Ewan MacColl, his daughter is Kirsty. And that is Angel from Kirsty MacColl, who not only comes from a musical family, she married into one as well. Her husband is Steve Lillywhite, the producer who's done a lot with U2. Well, if you're listening on 2Day FM in Sydney, Australia, well, she's touring Australia early in the new year. So then, the final top 5 of 93 is almost upon us. There are 2 new entries, and one is the follow-up to an October Chart Attack #1, and the other is the first hit from a chart-topping platinum LP. Countdown next.
UK Chart Attack's exclusive top 5.
Yeah, and this is Graham Dene, and here it is at #5, following up their Move On Up #1 from a couple of months back. It's M People. It's the top 5 from UK Chart Attack, and apart from Take That, they are Manchester's biggest success story of 93. M People, their 4th Brit hit this year, don't look any further. And it comes into the countdown at #5. 1 place higher at 4, but it's no move for the Sure Is Pure remix of the Doobie Brothers' Long Train Running. I knew this would come in useful when I was in the States while I was away recently. I went into a craft fair and they had these train whistles on sale. And I couldn't resist it. As I say, I knew I'd get some use out of it eventually. On the Long Train Running from the Doobie Brothers, they stay at 4, and at 3, sliding down ever so slowly, Dina Carroll. Dina Carroll spends her 7th week in our top 5 with Don't Be a Stranger, and this week she's at 3, which I reckon stands her in pretty good stead to make the festive 15 next week. Well, the old Chart Attack computer is buzzing and whirring, doing the calculations for that. Either that or I've got a fly in my ear. Anyway, here's a band who could have had several top 5ers in the past 6 months, but they chose not to release a single from their #1 album. Until now, that is. It's U2. U2's first hit from Zeropa. Seems strange that, because it's been out so long. Anyway, it goes straight into the countdown at #2. Stay Far Away So Close. And that's available on CD with that Lemon remix I played a couple of weeks back on the show. Plus the Bono Sinatra duet, which we also played. And some new studio songs as well. But before this week's #1, here's the top 5 in full. M People are new at 5. The Doobie Brothers remix hangs on at 4. And Dina Carroll falls to 3. In come U2 at 2. And out go K-Class and Culture Beat. So, still on top, it's Elton and Kiki. Such True Love, written by Cole Porter, sung by Elton John and Kiki D, and UK Chart Attack's #1 for a second week. Well, that's it. It's gone quickly again, thanks to Sally Stratton, Paul Sexton and Pete Nelson. And our address, if you fancy putting pen to paper, is PO Box 4YN, London W1A 4YN in England. Well, we don't close for Christmas. We kind of get our elves working overtime to bring you 2 special shows. There they are behind the glass over there, very festive. As I mentioned earlier, the first of those specials next week is our Festive 15, compiled from all the top 5s of 1993. It's simply the biggest selling Brit hits of the year, back to back, counting up all the way to our #1 of the year. So any idea what it might be? All will be revealed a week from now, so I look forward to your company under the mistletoe for UK Chart Attack's Christmas party. For now, from me, Graham Dene, cheerio from London.